An encounter can rubbish your limitation as if it was nothing. An encounter can change a mountain before you to a plain. And it will look as if it never existed. That's why wise men chase after encounters. Spirit of victory, cover us with your wing. Blow, blow like a mighty wind. Acts chapter 7 verse 1 and 2. Now Abraham came from the regions of Mesopotamia. It's called the Hall of the Chaldees. And that was a region that was plagued by idolatry. Abraham's grandfather Nahor was one of the princes of Nimrod that built the Tower of Babel. So they knew how to survive without God. It was a territory where men had perfected how to survive without God. So Abraham came from an idolatrous background, where it looked as if God does not count. His father was part of the architects that raised the Tower of Babel. And God came and divided their language, and they scattered around the world. So it was a generation that God was against. So there was no advantage that he had. It's just like some of us that are from idolatrous background. Your grandfather can be a priest of a dark prince, but it's not a disadvantage. My grandfather was a prince of darkness. They told me ministers that succeed, some of them have a genealogy of pastors. That this one succeeded because he's the sixth in the genealogy of pastors. The great grandfather, the grandfather, and the father were evangelists. That's why he succeeded. I went back to scripture and I discovered it's not an advantage. Even if it is, for the one who doesn't have that, it's not a disadvantage, because Abraham came from darkness. But the Bible said something. When Stephen was about to be stoned, he began to read the chronicles of Abraham. And he said, men and brethren, fathers, hearken, the God of glory appeared unto our father Abraham when he was in Mesopotamia, before he dwelt in Charan. Before Abraham ever began to have meaning in life, the Lord had appeared to him. And in Genesis chapter 12 from verse 1 to 2, the secret of his greatness was predicated upon the encounter, not his ancestry.